Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston, School of Biomedical Informatics. I want to thank each of you for joining us for the 2019 commencement ceremony here at SBMI in our new home. I'm Dean Jiajie Zhang, and I'm honored to have you here. I'm proud to celebrate this exciting day with our 2019 graduates, their family and friends, our faculty and staff, and all guests in attendance. I would like to first introduce the individuals on the stage with me. I ask that each person stand as he or she is named. Audience, please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. Dr. Lynn Miranda, Harvard R. Hughes Provost and Professor of Statistics, Rice University. Dr. Giuseppe Soto, President, the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston. Dr. Mike R. Blackburn, Executive Vice President and Chief Academic Officer, University of Texas Health Science Center Houston, and Dean of the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center, UTHealth Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences. Dr. Kevin Morano, Associate Vice President for Faculty Affairs and Development, the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston. Dr. Susan Fenton, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, School of Biomedical Informatics. Dr. Robert Murphy, Associate Dean for Applied Informatics, School of Biomedical Informatics. Dr. Elmer Bernstein, Associate Dean for Research, School of Biomedical Informatics. Dr. Amy Franklin, Assistant Dean, School of Biomedical Informatics. Please all stand as Assistant Dean at the School of Biomedical Informatics, Dr. Amy Franklin gives the invocation.
We gather on this special day, understanding that we come from different places, hold different values, and cherish different beliefs. Yet today we are united in gratitude. In a world where many cannot study, we are thankful for the achievements, the degrees, and honors that we celebrate today. In a world where many have no future, we are thankful for the dreams and hopes and plans that have been nourished within the SBMI community. In a world where many have no community, we are thankful for the support of our mentors, teachers, friends, and family. As we go forth from this ceremony, each on different paths to different experiences and different destinies, may our gratitude unite us in the desire of using all that we are and all that we have for the common good. Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Franklin. At this time, I would like to invite the President of the University of Texas Health Science Center Houston, Dr. Giuseppe Soto, to come forward and say a few words before we begin.
Thank you, Dean Zhang. Welcome. How was parking? Easy? Yeah. For us, it was incredibly easy today, right? We just came from the 17th floor down with our regalia on, as compared to go to the George R. Brown or the Reliance Stadium, for our large graduations. But it gave me 60 seconds. So it took about, 22 years to be allowed to say a few words at this commencement. I think Giuseppe has been very protective of him having the only accent on this graduation. But what can I say? It's terrific to have this large crowd. It's actually great to have a new home that you have already outgrown. And we've been working very hard for all of you in Austin with the legislative session to make sure that 10, 20 years from today, or even before that, you will have a big building just for you, for this new field in education, and obviously for a workforce that we need so desperately all over the world. So you are in the right place, and I want to thank actually Dr. Zhang for being very committed to all of you. As you know, we have regular meetings, and anytime I meet with Dr. Zhang, he asks for money. That's basically our very predictable meetings, and he does it for faculty, he does it for education, for all of you. And so I think this is just a token, Dean Zhang, of the appreciation of the university for what you're trying to do in this community. And then it's all of you. You know, we always want to tell you how proud we are, and go out there, you know, make a lot of money. Don't forget you're part of the UTHealth. And join online and make us proud as well. So again, thank you so much, and congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Soto. Over the past year, a total of 125 students completed their studies at SBMI. Among them, 52 graduated with a master or Ph.D. degree, including 25 who are going to work today. Among the rest of the 73 students who completed their certificate studies, many are expanding their learning journey by enrolling in the degree programs. And hopefully next year, some of them will be on the stage. So 2019 is one of the most exciting years for SBMI, as I'm happy to host our first, maybe the last, commencement ceremony in our new building. The reason it could be the last is if we grow too fast, we may break the fire code for this building. So the SBMI's building expansion has been a true labor of love, and I'm so proud to be standing before you on this special day in our new space. So during the ribbon cutting ceremony last December, many members of UTHealth at SBMI communities, including some of you here today, were in attendance as we started a new era here in the school. It's no secret that I have always wanted our own dedicated building. And since the first day Dr. Soto became the president, the first day when I became the dean, I talk about this every single time. And we had many options, but today is finally a physical building we can call home. So our students over the many years really needed a place to learn and study collaboratively. Our faculty also needed one centralized area to teach and guide future informaticians. Plus, I wanted SBMI researchers to have a custom-created space to house their labs and resources as they engage in groundbreaking research. I'm happy to say that our new building allows for all of that and more. So now I might be a little bit biased in seeing we have a great space, but I have proved to support my belief. Our school was named a finalist for the Houston Business Journal's 2019 Landmark Awards for the construction of this new expansion space. Thank you, Dr. Soto. And thanks to State Representative John Zowers and many other friends and supporters in the community and at UTHealth for this great facility. In addition to the excitement that came from opening our building this academic year, the school announced that a brand new graduate program, the Doctoral in Health Informatics, or DHI, will launch this fall. The DHI is the first advanced practice program in health informatics in the nation. And we have an excellent first class of 12 students who are going to join us in August. I'm also happy to announce that our Applied Master's program recently underwent a rigorous evaluation process, and today, precisely at 2:29 p.m., we got official approval for the accreditation. So everything is timing, right? Timing is perfect. Everything is right. Okay. So this is accreditation by the Commission on Accreditation of Health Informatics and Information Management Programs. This accreditation proves to our prospective, current, and former students that our applied master's program meets the standards set by peers from across the U.S. So beyond new programs, accreditation, and spaces, many SBMI students earned important achievements during the past year as well. Here are just a few highlights. Ph.D. student Sarah May earned a predoctoral fellowship with the National Library of Medicine training program in Biomedical Informatics and Data Science. Astrid Manuel is another PhD student who will participate in the 8-week Schur Institute summer program this year. And earlier this afternoon, one of the graduates we are honoring today recited her oath of U.S. citizenship. Please give Yadushala Larasim-Hacha a round of applause. So there has to be double happiness. SBMI students have been awarded more than $100,000 in scholarship by the school over the past year, including the Dr. Jing Chun Shang Memorial Scholarship in Cancer Bioinformatics to MS student Linda Lee. SBMI students also earned prestigious scholarships from other organizations and from the university, including a HIMSS Foundation scholarship to dual degree student Stephen Symington and the Thomas F. Burke Scholarship to PhD student Jing Chen Du and the dual degree MS student Kimberly DeSouza. In addition, Dr. Han Kang was named as the winner of the Postdoctoral Research Award from UTHealth Office of Postdoc Affairs. Each year, SBMI welcomes in new faculty that seek to educate our scholars and advance the field with new research studies. This past year has been no exception, as we recruited 7 new faculty members, 1 from South Korea, 1 from Germany, 2 from Kentucky, 2 from Wake Forest, and 1 from Rice. And just this morning, I learned that another person from Louisiana just signed an offer letter, and he will join us on August 1st. So we're expanding. So all of them will contribute to the academic caliber and research innovations at SBMI that SBMI is well known in the informatics community. So with the continued growth in faculty, I recently started the Dean's Excellence Awards. The purpose of the Dean's Excellence Award is to recognize SBMI faculty for exceptional performance in research, teaching, and innovative application on an annual basis. So that caliber of performance includes high-impact research, exceptional teaching, and innovative applications for our clinical enterprise. I ask the winners of the Dean's Excellence Award to stand as your name is announced. Dr. Luca Giancato is the winner of the Dean's Excellence Award in Research. Dr. Kimberly Smith is the winner for the Dean's Excellence Award in Teaching. And Dr. Xiaochen Zhang is the winner for Dean's Excellence Award in Innovation. Please give these winners a round of applause. So I would like Drs. Juncato, Smith, and Zhang to please come to the stage and receive your award. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You can stay here. Don't move yet. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Go over there. Congratulations. Let's switch with John. Let's take a picture here. Thank you. So as you can see, we have so many incredible things taking place here at SBMI. And I'm proud to serve as Dean as we usher in more new and inspiring opportunities. But it's important to know that none of it would be possible without the hard work of our faculty and staff, the brilliance of our students, and the collaboration we all engage in each and every day. As the graduates in front of me embark on the next steps in their lives and careers, I cannot thank them enough for their contributions to the school. Thank you. We will now continue our ceremony as I introduce Dr. Susan Fenton. She will present both the John P. McGovern Outstanding Teacher Award and the Policy Board Award for Student Research.
Thank you, Dean Chang. Good afternoon, everyone. I will first announce the John P. McGovern Outstanding Teacher Award. This award is presented each academic year to an educator from each of the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston component schools. The faculty member who owns the award embodies excellence in teaching. In submitting their nominations, students are asked to evaluate each faculty member on the following criteria: excellence in teaching based on knowledge of the subject, interest and enthusiasm for teaching, understanding of students, responsiveness to student inquiries, encouragement of independent thinking, and accessibility to students. I am extremely proud to announce that the winner of the 2019 John P. McGovern Outstanding Teacher Award for the School of Biomedical Informatics is Dr. Tiffany Champagne-Langevere.
Wow. Thank you, students. You know that I say this all the time because I've had every single one of you in 5300. I have the greatest job in the world. I say it all the time. So I'm so privileged to be able to have had every one of you, every single one of you that's sitting here in one of my classes, at least one of my classes, to get to know you, to get to hear about your challenges, your interests, what makes you tick, what motivates you, to know that some of you have come from thousands of miles to be here. Some of you haven't seen your families in 2 or 3 or 4 years. Some of you sit in my office and say, am I going to get this job? What do I say if they ask me what my salary requirements are? And I've had so much fun role-playing that. It's been great. So I hope that what I've done is given you some encouragement when you needed it, and maybe when your parents or somebody else wasn't there, in addition to providing challenges in the classroom. So now what I ask you to do as you go out in your jobs and become superstars and enhance everything around you is find somebody else at your job, in your position, in whatever you're doing, and encourage somebody else. Be that person that says, you know what, you can do that. Go for that. You can do that. Because help them believe in themselves. And if they want to role play to do something, be that person that role plays with them. Because it's fun. It's really fun to be on the other side of it. So thank you so much. And I'm really, really, really excited that I got this. Thanks.
Congratulations again. Now I will recognize the outstanding student research efforts of an SBMI student through the Paul C. Boyle Award for Excellence in Student Research. This award is given to an individual or first author in student informatics research. A judging panel composed of SBMI alumni, advisory council members, students, or faculty determine the winner. These individual judge poster session projects during an academic year. The recipient of the Paul C. Boyle Award for Excellence in Student Research for the fall 2018 semester was master's student Laura Vincent for her poster titled Potentially Inappropriate Pre-Hospital Transfusion, Incidents and Consequences. Join me in congratulating her. The recipient of the Paul C. Boyle Award for Excellence in Student Research for the spring 2019 semester is Public Health Informatics Certificate student Natalia Rodriguez for her poster titled Acceptability and Feasibility of Using Video Visits for Weight Management Care. I want to congratulate Natalia and the other graduates honored here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Fandon. At this time, Dr. Amy Franklin will present SBMI's Distinguished Alumnus Award for 2019.
Thank you, Dean Zhang. Good afternoon, everyone. The UTHealth School of Biomedical Informatics Alumni Association was established as an important arm of SBMI. The association's goal is to support our rapidly growing alumni population by providing needed resources and supporting SBMI's current students. Upon becoming a member of the SBMI Alumni Association, each graduate who walks today will serve as an ambassador for our school and the field of informatics. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the Distinguished Alumnus Award winner for 2019, Dr. Mohammed Walji. Mohammed Walji is the Associate Dean for Technology Services and Informatics and Professor of Diagnostic and Biomedical Sciences at the UTHealth School of Dentistry. Mohammed's research interests are focused on using informatic approaches to improve the safety and quality of oral health care, with a particular focus on electronic health records. He currently serves as the principal investigator of 2 NIH-NIDCR-funded studies, developing a patient safety system for dentistry and implementing dental care quality measures in practice. He also serves as a PI on an Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality study titled Measuring Occurrence of and Disparities in Dental Clinic Adverse Events. He has provided informatics expertise in the development and maintenance of the dental diagnostic system, which serves as a collection of specific dental terms that was designed for the purpose of dental diagnostic documentation. He also leads a multi-institutional team that has developed the Big Mouth Dental Data Repository, which currently contains data on over 2 million patients derived from EHRs from 7 dental institutions. As Associate Dean for Technology Services and Informatics, he also oversees the clinical IT and educational technology groups that are responsible for supporting the technology used in the UTHealth School of Dentistry. Dr. Walji is a 2-time SBMI alumnus. He earned his master's in 2002 and his Ph.D. in 2006. He also serves as an adjunct faculty member and supports students as a practicum advisor. I ask everyone to join me in celebrating Dr. Mohammed Walji, winner of the SBMI Distinguished Alumnus Award. Congratulations. Come on up. Congratulations. It's wonderful.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. And first of all, congratulations to our graduates. I'm really, really proud of you. So thank you very much for this great honor. I'd like to thank Dr. Zhang and all the faculty, staff, and the students, especially those who I learned so much from as I completed both my master's and PhD at SBMI. So I arrived at SBMI in August of 2001, a couple of months before the infamous tropical storm Allison, if you remember, that flooded the medical center. So while an undergraduate student here at UT Dallas, I was also working at a small company that was providing patient and provider educational support for independent pharmacies. And that's what really piqued my interest in informatics. I wanted to get more background in this field that was then called health informatics. So I thought I'd pursue my master's degree and then kind of go out into the real world and become an entrepreneur back then. So as I look back over the last 12 years or so, and if you told me that I'd be working at UTHealth at the School of Dentistry, I thought you would be crazy. Actually, don't tell anybody at the School of Dentistry, but I don't think I'd gone to the dentist for 6 years before that, before I joined the school. But now I go every 6 months. So the first lesson I learned is that it's really hard to predict the future. But I believe that SBMI equipped me, and I believe that it will equip you with the curiosity and the critical thinking skills that you will all use to explore and navigate any new problem that you will encounter, and that you will all be lifelong learners. So another lesson that I learned while at SBMI, and also through my career at the School of Dentistry, is the importance of saying yes. So now many will tell you, especially those of you who are earlier in your career, to focus. So if you're going to go into academia as an assistant professor, then you want to buckle down with a singular mindset to achieve promotion and tenure. And that means saying no to teaching new classes, or serving on important committees, or collaborating on new research opportunities. And I'm sure there are some similar analogies for those of you who are going to go out into the corporate sector or in hospital settings. But I think you should be more like Jim Carrey, if you've ever seen that movie, Yes Man. And if you haven't, you should definitely see it. And say yes more often, especially to opportunities where you can help others, or where you have the ability to stretch yourself, and where you can be outside of your comfort zone. I certainly would not have met my closest research collaborators, engaged in the research direction that I'm currently focused on, or expanded my knowledge if I did not say yes to the many opportunities I received. And lastly, my advice would be to be and to stay humble. I would not be here or had a very fruitful career at all without all of the help of my mentors, all my colleagues and collaborators, and all the students that I work with every day. Any meaningful research that I have been involved with has always been part of a team, never as a singular individual, both within and outside UTHealth. So I've been really lucky to have worked with outstanding and generous people, many of you who are here with us today. But I've been really fortunate to have some great mentors that I would like to acknowledge. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge Dr. Jiaji Zhang, who served as my PhD thesis chair. It was thanks to him that I stayed in academia. Dr. Zhang has been a great role model to me, and has continuously provided me with the opportunities to really stretch myself. So thank you, Dr. Zhang. I'd also like to thank my current boss, Dr. John Valenza, who's now the dean at the School of Dentistry. Dr. Valenza has taken many, many chances on me, entertained some crazy ideas, but always provided me some growth opportunities. I guess I should thank Dr. Colasurdo for hiring such great deans at the school as well. So thank you for that. And last but not least, I thank my family, my wife, Aliyah, and my 2 kids who make life every day a great joy. So thank you again for this great honor. Congratulations to all of you. I look forward to seeing all the great things that all of you do to make the world a better place for all of us. So thank you.
So there's one more thing I want to mention. I don't know if all of you know. Muhammad Waji is a recipient of the Presidential Early Award for Science Engineers, or PCAS. There are only 6 awardees in Houston. 3 of them are affiliated with SBMI. Muhammad, one of them, and Dr. Trey is another one. And the third one is an adjunct professor of SBMI, who is a professor at Baylor College of Medicine. And the rest were orphan rights. Okay, so we are in good company. So at this time, it's my honor to introduce our commencement speaker, Dr. Lynn Miranda. Dr. Lynn Miranda is the Howard R. Hughes Provost and a professor of statistics at Rice University. Dr. Miranda specializes in research on environmental health, especially focusing on how the environment shapes health and well-being among children. She is the founding director of the Children's Environmental Health Initiative, a research, education, and outreach program committed to fostering environments where all people can prosper. Dr. Miranda's formal educational background is rooted in mathematical, statistical, and economical modeling. Her professional experiences integrate environmental health sciences with solid social policies. She has taught courses and conducted research on children's environmental health, with a particular focus on reproductive and developmental toxicants, childhood-led exposure, and allergen and asthma triggers. She is the leader in the rapidly evolving field of geospatial health informatics. Remember this term, potential jobs. Dr. Miranda has applied spatial analytic approaches to a wide range of scientific issues. She has also extensive experience running training, research translation, and outreach programs, especially as they related to disadvantaged populations. Dr. Miranda maintains an active research portfolio and research lab. Dr. Miranda is also an adjunct professor of pediatrics at both Duke University and Baylor College of Medicine. She is a Phi Beta Kappa summa cum laude graduate of the Duke University, where she earned her bachelor's in mathematics and economics. She has a Ph.D. and MA, both in economics, from Harvard University, where she held a National Science Foundation Graduate Research Fellowship. Please give a warm welcome to Dr. Lynn Miranda.
So I'm one of these people who gestures a lot and moves around a lot when I'm talking. And as I was sitting there, I was thinking, I'm going to fall off the stage. So I'm just preparing you for that event. So, and I'll also say when these various photographs were being taken, I suggested to President Soto that we should photobomb. And he was unwilling to do it. So one of us is more fun. Just saying. It's such a delight and an honor to be here. I know I'm from across from Main Street, and I'm not fully part of this community, but I have to say, when I find myself surrounded by a whole group of people who are interested in biomedical informatics, I feel that I am with my people. And one of the ways that I know this is that as we were waiting outside in line to process in, I talked about 2 different new research projects with a couple of your faculty here. So the kinds of things that all of you students have been working on and the faculty will have worked on for some time are the questions then in the intellectual and also applied change the world questions that I'm most interested in. So it's a special honor for me today to join you and offer some remarks. Now, I will say that I am not really a big fan of ceremony or the hoopla that tends to accompany important events. My husband and I eloped, except not really, because people who elope go somewhere planning to get married, right? We went to Sweden planning to go fishing, and somehow we got married, but we definitely did some fishing too, right? So here I am in the middle of the hoopla, wearing what I like to refer to as my bat dress. And I'm supposed to say something that's both entertaining and maybe something inspiring too. So I'm going to start with the entertaining, and it's about how rapidly information technology has changed. So there may be, probably not the students, but there may be a few others in the room who may remember when we went through the transition of doing all of our computer-based work with IBM punch cards or at terminals to actually having personal computers. And my first year of graduate school, my friend Doug, who is now the dean of the Kennedy School of Government at Harvard, my friend Doug got a Gateway computer. So does anybody remember that company? The boxes had the cow pattern on them. It's like everybody knew when that box arrived that you had gotten a computer. And the hard drive on his brand new, state-of-the-art, best computer that anybody in graduate school had, the hard drive was 10 kilobytes. So so he was really excited. He got this computer, set it up right away without really thinking about how he was going to put it in his in his room. So he set it up in his kitchen and turned it on, got it all plugged in, everything was working just fine, and then he went to sleep. And the next morning, his roommate, who is also a dear friend of mine, but whose name I shall not reveal to you, and it will become obvious why, his roommate got up, sleepily made his way into the kitchen of this. There's a bunch of guys who lived in this house in Somerville, and he's kind of scratching his head and wants to make himself a piece of toast, and the computer was plugged in where the toaster was usually plugged in. So he didn't quite know what to do, and then he noticed on the back of the computer, I don't know how many people remember this, there used to be plugs on the back of the computer. So my other buddy plugs the toaster into the back of the computer, the brand new computer, the state-of-the-art 20 kilobyte personal computer, plugs it in, presses the little thing, and the computer right? It's really not a good idea to plug a toaster into the back of the computer. When I learned this story, I laughed hysterically and nicknamed this buddy of ours Toaster Man, which is his nickname to this day. And the funniest thing about this is that Gateway replaced the computer because back then, they sort of thought, well, we probably should have told people you shouldn't plug a toaster into the back of the computer. Now I hope that you shouldn't figure out some way to wire your toaster to your laptop, no matter what converter cables you have. That's my wisdom to you going out from here. So I tell this story partially to provide some entertainment, but also to make the point that in each of our lifetimes, the technology that supports so many sectors has changed at an absolutely breathtaking pace. And despite that breathtaking pace, our efforts to leverage data and leverage analytics in support of improved healthcare are still at the very earliest stages of development. That means that all of you faculty and all of you students have before you an opportunity to effect transformative change. We are at one of those moments where things are changing so rapidly that each and every one of you can hold in your hearts the real possibility that you can effect transformative change. Now, much has been written about what we refer to as the 5 V's of modern data science, right? There's volume, velocity, variety, veracity, and value. And most of the time, so by volume we mean lots and lots of data, and by velocity we mean that the data is arriving really quickly, right? So there might be data feeds off live monitors that people have on them in the hospital, or the rapid production of imaging data from, a variety of different scans that are done in hospitals. So that volume and velocity, when you talk to people who are not in our field, that's sort of what they tend to think about, those first two V's of modern data science. And I'll tell you that when I wrote my dissertation, I had 46,000 observations, and I had to do my analysis on a supercomputer, or at least what we called a supercomputer back then. All of you are probably carrying around a phone that's a better computer than what I was able to do my dissertation on. And in contrast, in a grant proposal that our group submitted last year, we had 86 million observations. And ironically, so this is one of these things about what you understand about the volume and the velocity of data and what the general world understands about the volume and velocity of the data. So it is not simply about having a bigger spreadsheet that has more rows and more columns, and it's not simply about having a regression where you put a bunch more stuff on the right-hand side, right, which is sort of that general conception. The way that you deal with that level of volume and that level of velocity is entirely different, and it requires us to bring whole new and innovative approaches. So in this grant proposal that we wrote, where we had 86 million observations, one of the reviewers wrote back, wrote as a critique that they didn't provide any power calculations. That's hilarious. You guys should all be laughing really hard, because the problem with having 86 million observations is not, do you have the power to detect something? It's, will you detect things spuriously, because you have so much data that you will, in the chance that you will find some relationship, that chance is actually very high. So you have the opposite problem than what we typically think about, or what we have historically thought about. And all of you are trying to develop the methods and the approaches and the applied work that allows us to sensibly leverage that high volume and high velocity of data. But the other 3 V's, excuse me, are equally important. So what we're used to as, what physician scientists and other types and other scientists, and certainly quantitative methods people, what we're used to is this data that kind of comes in the same format. It's tabular data, it's numbers, maybe it's alphanumeric, maybe it's coded slightly differently. But what we're actually facing right now in this era of modern data science is a whole variety of data. It's a mixture of that tabular data with free text notes from a physician's meeting with appointment with a patient, and enormous amounts of imaging data from radiology, and all kinds of spatial data layers from understanding where does this person live and where do they work and what are they exposed to as they make their way from one place to another. There's this huge variety of data that requires us to bring very different methods to bear if we're going to make sense of all of the data. Then that 4th V is veracity, which is we're kind of used to this idea that when the data comes in, and sort of neatly cleaned up, and it's in rows and columns, and you can trust it, right? But now we're getting all kinds of data from all kinds of places where you you have to think about the veracity of it, whether the veracity is around malintent, bad actors who are intentionally trying to distort data, or whether it's around simply, inadvertent and innocent presentation of data that actually is hard to verify. So, for example, we talk a lot about how can we use social media data to understand what's going on in patients' lives. And that's a powerful and enormous amount of data, but we also need to think about how do people present themselves in social media as opposed to how are they in their lives, right? And there's all kinds of data that we use regularly right now that doesn't have the neat and clean aspect that if you run a set of laboratory-based experiments, in a closed laboratory. There was enough problems with that, but it's not nearly as neat and clean as that. So you'll face these challenges of dealing with the veracity of the data. And of course, if we actually want to make a difference in the world, you have to think about the value of the data. And you can define value as the point about going out, making a lot of money, and then contributing to SBMI. I encourage you to do that. But it could be about the value. How do you extract economic value out of it to earn a good salary or start a company, all those sorts of things. But the value is also defined in terms of what you'll be able to do for patients. What you'll be able to do for people before they become patients so they don't become patients, right? What value are you able to provide at both the individual level and at the community level to ensure the health and prosperity of individuals and populations? So it's a moment of enormous change in our world. It's also a moment of enormous challenge, and I think that I have always felt that the combination of enormous change and enormous challenge is really when the best opportunities present themselves. So I find myself so very excited for all of you. I feel so confident that each of you are going to have an exciting and interesting and adventurous life as you leave here, both intellectually, but also in terms of the difference that you'll be able to make in people's lives. So, we live in a time where popular culture pushes easy gains and where ideology trumps thoughtful engagement. We live in a time where, despite the complex problems our world faces, we are encouraged to lean back and go with easy, pat answers. I don't think there's anything easy about what all of you chose to do. And I don't think there's anything easy about what the faculty chooses to do to join with you in education and also join with you in research. So in the face of that overwhelming cultural message to take an easy route, all of you have actually chosen to do something hard and meaningful and important. I suspect that your degrees today are marked by late nights and confusion, maybe even some failure along the way, followed by success, hopefully some clarity. I suspect more late nights. But in all of this, you have committed yourself to the pursuit of knowledge and wisdom, both applied and theoretical, in the belief that all of us, both individually and collectively, bear responsibility for making the world more functional, more true, and more just. And for that, I offer to you that I find your choice inspiring, and I find your willingness to support that choice equally inspiring. I offer you my very warmest congratulations, and I cannot wait to see all the wonderful things that I know you will do.
Again, I want to extend my gratitude to Dr. Miranda for joining us this afternoon. We appreciate both your time and inspiring words. Thank you again. Okay, we will now recognize our 2018-2019 graduates. I would like to ask our candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Informatics and the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Biomedical Informatics at the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston, School of Biomedical Informatics, to please rise. President Soto, on behalf of the faculty of the UTHealth School of Biomedical Informatics, it's my pleasure to certify to you that the candidates who stand before you have successfully completed all academic requirements for either the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Informatics or the degree of Master of Science in Biomedical Informatics.
Okay, same accent here. Ready? By virtue of the authority vested by the State of Texas Board of Regents of the University of Texas System and delegated by them to me, I now confer upon each of you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Informatics and the degree of Master of Science in Biomedical Informatics, for which you have been recommended with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities. So this is it. Congratulations, and make us proud.
Please be seated. We will now have Dr. Elmer Bernstein, Associate Dean for Research, come to the stage. He will call each of the graduates for us to be recognized.
Thank you. With all due respect to Dr. Miranda, I think I have the hardest job here. So, will each master's graduate please come forward as his or her name is called? Adiola Akinfadaren, Faculty Advisor, Elmer Bernstein, Capstone Project, The Challenges of Measuring Patient Health Outcomes in a Value-Based Health Organization. Ibikajaki Amona, Faculty Advisor, Dr. Angela Ross, Capstone Project, Product Evaluation of Kerbal Rego Patient Interaction System. Benedict Buentipo, Faculty Advisor, Dr. Juliana Brixey, Capstone Project, Market Validation Report of San Antonio for the Kind Clinic. Sridatri Chakraborty, Faculty Advisor, Dr. Kirk Roberts, Capstone Project, Transforming Psychiatric Care Using Data-Driven Decision-Making. This I can do. Brooke Curtis, Faculty Advisor, Dr. Tiffany Champagne-Langabeer, Capstone Project, Adoption of Telemedicine in EICU, Requirements Analysis to Support Vendor Selection. What about the previous ones? Arshad Gowri, Faculty Advisor, Dr. Divakar Rogath, State of the Science, Applying Fault Tree Analysis for Modeling Decision Process and Hypertension Management. There you go. Xinyua Hu, Faculty Advisor, Dr. Hua Shu, Capstone Project, Risk Factors of Infection in Rheumatic Disease Patients. Thank you. Jane Ibikwe, Faculty Advisor, Dr. Degui Ji, Capstone Project, Preventing Perinatal Group B Streptococcal Infection, a decision-making model for error analysis of intrapartum antibiotic prophylaxis failure. Thank you. Congratulations. Stella Ibikwe, Faculty Advisor, Dr. Degui Ji, Capstone Report, Evaluating Electronic Health Record Data for Adherence to Intrapartum Antibiotic Prophylaxis Guidelines to Prevent Perinatal Group B Streptococcus Infection. Olartomi Hijasheun, Faculty Advisor, Dr. Todd Johnson, Capstone Report, Analysis of Audited Procedural Code ICD-10 PCS to determine error rates and examine accuracy of code usage. Kendall Kaiser, Faculty Advisor, Dr. Elmer Bernstam, that's me. Capstone Report, Artificial Intelligence and Radiation Oncology Treatment, yeah, thank you. Oncology Treatment Planning, a brief overview. Shruti Manas, Faculty Advisor, Sahidi Maneni, Capstone Report, Discerning Actionable Insights Using a Query-Driven Approach to Improve Quality, Performance, and Drive Cost Reductions Across the UT System. Ankita Misra, Faculty Advisor, Dr. James Langabeer, Capstone Report, Translating Commercial Health Information Technologies for Clinical Providers in a Competitive Global Landscape. Oh boy. Yadushaila Narasimhashar, Faculty Advisor, Dr. Kimberly Smith, Capstone Project, Significance of LOINC in Laboratory Data Interoperability. Whew. Oh, yes. Madhuri Sankarnaranipila, Faculty Advisor, Dr. Tsui Tao. Capstone Report, Clinical Data Visualization and Data Dashboard Development for Quality Improvement. Christopher Shalachi, Faculty Advisor, Dr. Sahidi Minani, Capstone Project, Patient Engagement and Retention through Mobile App Use. So Bia Siddiqui, Faculty Advisor, Dr. Angela Ross, Capstone Project, Assessment of Current State of OCM 8 Quality Reporting Process. Betsy Thomas, Faculty Advisor, not yet, Dr. James Langabeer, Capstone Project, Standardizing After Visit Summary. Now. Lisa Thompson, Faculty Advisor, Dr. Angela Ross, Capstone Project, State Chapter Association Membership Data Analysis and Information Visualization for Membership Management. Tammy Turner, Faculty Advisor, Dr. Tiffany Champagne-Langabir, not yet. Capstone Project, Claims End of Month Dashboard Pair Mix. Now. Blatini Wade, Faculty Advisor, Dr. Deborah Simmons, Capstone Project, Effective Reporting and Database Management. Looks like the doctoral students have already come forward as their name is called. Will okay, so faculty advisors for Dr. Safa Amini, that's going to be us. Safa Fateh Amini, MD, MS, Committee Chair, Trevor Cohen, Committee Members, Elmer Bernstam, Tsui Tao, and Fundameric Bernstam, Tsui. Dissertation title, Comparing Attributional and Relational Similarity as a Means to Identify Clinically Relevant Drug-Gene Relationships.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Will the faculty advisors for June Lee please come to the stage? June Lee, Committee Chair, Hua Shu. Committee members, Tsui Tao, Jiaji Zhang, and Yang Gong. Dissertation title, Ontology-Based Clinical Information Extraction Using SNOMED CT.
How many PhDs does it take?
Will the faculty advisors for Vicky Nguyen please come up? Committee Chair, Amy Franklin. Committee members, Jiaji Zhang and Namika Okafor. Dissertation title, Turf for Teams, Considering Both the Team and I in the Work-Centered Design of Systems. Congratulations. Congratulations, new alumni. We celebrate your achievements and those of the following SBMI graduates who could not attend the commencement ceremony today. Summer 2018 doctoral graduate, Scott Malik. Dissertation title, Using the Literature to Identify Confounders. Summer 2018 master's graduates, Renee Barraza, Ram Dixit, Emma Hallbrook, Wade Johnson, Isara Limlek, Katrina Skozilas, Fernando Villarreal, and Yaching Tang. Fall 2018 master's graduates, Anita Bandri, Yulong Chen, Michelle Kong, Sean Kuhn, Samuel McDonald, Caitlin Muse, Cyprian Nankas, Pritul Patel, Avinash Raju, Michael Roa, Sanjeev Rode, Haris Sadamatha, Rosa Solis, Christopher Strittmatter, Lingui Tang, and Bin Yao. Spring 2019 master's graduates, Liu Guresu, Catherine Havel, and Michael Martin. Please give a round of applause to each of our graduates who are here or who could not join us. We congratulate their dedication, hard work, and accomplishments.
Okay, graduates, you may now move your tassel from the right to the left.
No, you're good.
I already did it for all of you. Sorry, Jake.
He's mad.
Congratulations again on earning a degree from the School of Biomedical Informatics. Please give our graduates a loud round of applause. At this time, I would like to ask all School of Biomedical Informatics faculty and adjunct faculty to rise. We thank each of you for your dedication to educating our new class of SBMI graduates. I would like to invite all family members and friends of our graduates to stand. Our graduates would not be where they are today without your support, guidance, and love. While you are not walking the stage today, we want to recognize you for your contributions. Thank you. I want to thank the special guests who have joined us today, Dr. Miranda, Dr. Soto, Dr. Blackburn, and Dr. Morano. We truly appreciate your participation in today's ceremony. I want to also thank the staff of the School of Biomedical Informatics. You have worked so hard and so diligently to make this ceremony a success. And to our students and alumni, without you, we would not be here to celebrate this happy occasion, and we want to recognize you as well. We will now conclude our commencement ceremony, and we invite all of you to join us for the reception. Thank you so much.